49ers-Lions, week 1 of the NFL season. We didn't have the footage then, but we have it now, so we're going to take a look at it. And on the first play of the game, Garoppolo fumbles and the Niners are back. The play would lead directly to a Lions field goal, but he misses the kick, and it's still 0-0. Niners next possession, and Raheem Mostert takes it for a nice gain, and you've just seen Raheem Mostert's last run in the 2021 season. He would go on IR with an injured kneecap after this game. Now, it's not lost on me that Dan Campbell promised he was going to take out some kneecaps, and that's exactly what happened to Raheem Mostert. Unclear where the injury took place. But on this play, we can see the offensive line flowing to their right. The defense reacts accordingly to take away the edge run from Raheem Mostert. But check out Laken Tomlinson blocking in the other direction and giving Raheem Mostert a lane to cut back. Now, it's unclear which play he actually got hurt. We see he's in on the next play, and the 49ers start off with a fake toss to him. The offensive line blocks in that direction, and the Lions defense pursues to the play. At the bottom, we see Trent Sherfield taking his man deep. And here is when we finally see George Kittle coming across with nothing but green turf in front of him. It's a 23-yard gain, and it sets the 49ers up for their first score in the game. And Kyle Shanahan brings in Trey Lance. Now let's take a look at this play. They start off with the read option, and all eyes are on this handoff, not a handoff, whatever it is in the backfield. And they know that if he doesn't hand it off, Trey Lance is probably going to run out to his right. And the Lions already start reacting in that direction. They've clearly practiced for the read option in the anticipation that Trey Lance might come in this game. Well, Kyle Shanahan probably knew that. And this play is really nice. Check out the corner, who's also peeking in the backfield here and moving to stop that run. And that's unfortunate for him because Trent Sherfield changes directions here and comes wide open for a touchdown pass. They didn't see this one coming. Let's go back to the snap, and from this other angle, I'll show you we get a great look of Amani Oruwariye peeking into the backfield. Watch on the left side of your screen here. Now we can see by this time Lance has pulled up and is looking to throw a pass, and the entire defense realizes, uh-oh, he's going the other way with that football. Beautifully designed play, specifically drawn up for this game, and it gets the 49ers on the board first, 7-0. It would take until the second quarter, but the Lions would respond with a nice touchdown play of their own to TJ Hawkinson, tying the game at 7 apiece. But the 49er offense picks up right where it left off. Elijah Mitchell is in the game now, and it sure looks as if Kyle Juszczyk is going to be blocking for him right up the middle. The Detroit linebackers react very strongly to this. Now, in the slot, we see Brandon Ayuk is going to cut way across the field, taking the corner and the safety with him. This leaves Deebo Samuel one-on-one against his man. Now, the defense has to act as if Samuel is going deep on the play. Remember, that corner has no safety help. So it's up to Deebo when he wants to cut to the middle of the field. And remember, that safety isn't really there. The 49ers would come back to Deebo on the very next play. And look how much space the defense is giving him. And Deebo says, fine, if you're going to give me all those free yards on first down, I'll take it every time. Let's go back to the snap. I'll show you the penalty first. Romeo Okwara just gets a little bit of an early jump on the play. Now notice George Kittle pin him to the inside first before then moving to the outside with Juwan Jennings to block upfield. And this gives the 49ers offensive line time to get in position to really seal this off. And all Mitchell has to do is run through the hole. The Lions would fire back, adding on a field goal to keep the score 14-10. But Deebo Samuel isn't done abusing the Detroit Lions defense. The Niners start off again with another fake handoff to Mitchell. But this time the linebacker for Detroit hangs back just a little bit. Why? Well, he sees Dan Brunskill and Kyle Juszczyk pulling around, maybe trying to set up a big play in that direction, so he drops down. But the problem for Detroit is the safety also drops down in anticipation of that play, once again giving Deebo Samuel a lot of room to work with in the middle of the field. This one is good for 23 yards, and the Niners would cap off the drive with a touchdown run by JaMycal Hasty, going up 21-10. The Niners scored that touchdown with about 2 minutes 25 seconds left in the half. So now it's a 2-minute situation for Detroit. They want to get some more points on the scoreboard, make this thing a little bit closer before halftime. And here they're facing a key 3rd down and 8. The 49er defense decides to defend the sticks, defend the first down line. And we see TJ Hawkinson cutting to the middle, but there's 3 49er defenders right there. But check out the pass rush of D Ford, forcing Jared Goff into this awful decision. He throws into triple coverage, and it's intercepted by Dre Greenlaw, who takes it all the way back 39 yards for a pick-6. That's a 49er touchdown, and they would go up big, 28-10. Now, after this, the same Jared Goff that we all know and love would get sacked again by D Ford, and they would be forced to punt back to the 49ers with 47 seconds left in the half. And the 49ers smell blood in the water. After a quick pass to Deebo Samuel, the Lions decide they're going to send a blitz here, 5 men, but the 49er offensive line does such a good job of picking it up, JaMycal Hasty doesn't have anyone to block. The corner drops down to pick up Mohamed Sanu, and check out the safety. He's facing the other way, and he's concerned about getting enough depth, and he doesn't see Trent Sherfield coming in behind him, who does a great job of just sitting up in this little window, and Garoppolo gets him the football. Now, it was a bit of an interesting blitz that the Lions did, so let's take a closer look at that. On the right side, you're going to see the regular defensive linemen just do a standard pass rush. But on the left side, the Detroit Lions send 2 defensive backs to rush the quarterback, while Okwara will drop back into pass coverage. It didn't work out for Detroit because there's no pass route in that area. But check out the pass protection of Alex Mack, Dan Brunskill, Mike McGlinchey, and George Kittle here. Now, one little neat design feature of Shanahan's offense here is if you don't have anyone to block and the rush isn't getting home to the quarterback, you can turn around for a hot. And here we see JaMycal Hasty and George Kittle were available for quick underneath throws if Garoppolo would need them. But here, there's no need. He has Trent Sherfield deep, and it leads directly to a Robbie Gould field goal. The Niners are pouring it on, going up 31-10 just before the half. Let's skip ahead to about midway through the 3rd quarter, and we'll take a look at the play of the game for the San Francisco 49ers. The Lions are sending a 6-man blitz, which means for the wide receivers, one-on-one coverage with just 1 safety back deep. Bad news for the Lions, none other than Deebo Samuel has beaten his man. Garoppolo has 2 good choices here. He can go deep to the outside shoulder since Deebo has position on the defender, or Since the defender has his back turned, he can go back shoulder, the more direct pass. Now, after the game, Garoppolo said that he was going back shoulder, and everyone kind of chuckled, and you'll see why in a minute, but I'm not necessarily sure that he wasn't going back shoulder here. In fact, let's take a look at a back shoulder throw that Tom Brady threw just recently, and we'll see that they're actually pretty comparable. Now, ultimately, what Garoppolo wanted to do is up for some interpretation, and we see it's because he gets hit right as he throws the football, and the ball hangs up in the air awkwardly, and Deebo makes a great adjustment to the football, and then he gets past the two defenders and makes his way into the end zone. A play that kind of reminded me of this play from Jerry Rice in the 1988 NFC Championship game. Now from this angle, we get a great look at Garoppolo taking that hit right as he throws the football. And you see the adjustment by Deebo, who takes it 79 yards and puts the 49ers up 38-10. Deebo would finish with 189 receiving yards on the day. Now here the Lions set up kind of a one-man screen, and we see K'Wan Williams coming unblocked on the corner blitz, but it's too late. Goff is able to get the ball to the running back. And one more thing to notice, we see the wide receiver coming across and taking the corner with him, and the corner doesn't see the play, leaving the running back Swift with a lot of field to work with. Makes the safety miss, Frank Gore would be proud, and he takes it in the end zone. The Lions aren't done yet. Makes the score 38-17, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. And the Lions would get the ball back. But we're going to look at 3 plays, and this is probably my favorite sequence in the whole game. Now the Lions are backed up and they're facing a big 3rd down and 8. Now one thing to keep in mind, when you have a 3rd and long, you don't necessarily have to send a blitz to get that extra pressure. And watch here as Nick Bosa gets just a great push to the inside. He forces Goff to scramble out to his left. Kevin Givens pursues, and Bosa helps to clean up the play. Let's take another look from this angle. Now right here we can see that all the receivers for the Lions are covered. Goff has nowhere to go with the football and nowhere to go to get away from the rush. Now take a look at where he goes down, inside the 10-yard line. And when you have to punt inside your own 10-yard line, your opponent is statistically likely to score on the ensuing drive. And here we see the reason why. The 49ers are going to get excellent field position. Now it's not an automatic score, of course, and check out this excellent defense. Great play by Jeff Okudah knocking that ball down. And now the 49ers are facing a huge 3rd down and 10. And I can't tell you how much I love this play. The Lions send another 2-man blitz, and watch what a great job McGlinchey and Brunskill do. Closing ranks, picking up this blitz, leaving Aquara unblocked. We've called his name a few times today. That's the correct move, because JaMychal Hasty is the hot. Now it's up to Garoppolo and Hasty to execute on the back end of this play. This would be the longest play in this drive, and that was a very high degree of difficulty executed perfectly by the 49ers. Neither the Lions nor the 49ers knew it at the time, but these 3 plays I've just shown you seal the game for the San Francisco 49ers. Gould punches it through, making it 41-17. Now I'm going to show you something that I don't want to show you, but it's important not only in the context of the 49ers season, but also specifically this game and what would ensue. We're going to take a look at Jason Verrett, and unfortunately you can see his feet get caught up in the turf here, and he tears his ACL. It's just a terrible, heartbreaking injury that would have an impact on this game. The most obvious impact it would have is, of course, Verrett's not out there to play defense for the 49ers. And make no mistake about it, he is the 49ers' best corner. In addition to that, Shanahan started to pull some of the starters to protect their health. And now the Lions are playing against backup players. So you can see they've made it down to the goal line here, and they do punch it in, making the score 41-23. They convert the 2-point conversion, making the score 41-25. Now, there's only a minute 53 left, and if the 49ers get a first down, they win the game. Now, John Madden had a saying that I absolutely love, and he would say that it's not a round ball, meaning that the football can take unusual bounce and there's unusual twists and turns in a football game. Kind of means two things. Here we're going to take a look at George Kittle, who we all know has excellent hands, excellent athletic ability, but watch as the football takes one of those unusual bounces right before it gets to him. The Lions recover the kick, and now Shanahan is putting some of his starters back in. Nevertheless, Detroit scores again, making the score 41-33 after the 2-point conversion. Now again, there's only a minute 7 left here. If the 49ers get a first down, the game is over. And Garoppolo makes a great move, and then he gets Deebo Samuel with football, and Deebo fumbles the football, and the Detroit Lions recover. Wow. Well, it's gut check time for the 49ers. It's 4th and 9, and the game is on the line. But the Niners defense would hold. All the receivers for Detroit are covered excellently by the 49ers secondary. And the pass rush absolutely swallows up Goff, and he has to throw the football away. Game over. The score was a little bit closer than it needed to be, but remember the execution on that key 3-play sequence, the sack by Nick Bosa, the punt return by Mohamed Sanu, and then the big 3rd down and 10 play between Garoppolo and JaMychal Hasty, sealing this game for the San Francisco 49ers. What a way to start week 1.